We talk about manipulation when it comes to interpersonal relationships so much, but do you know when a government is manipulating you? No? Okay, we're going to talk about propaganda. Welcome to Is It Propaganda, aka manipulation on a government level. And yes, you can compliment my doodles. If you don't, I'll feel offended. I'm just going to give 5 examples of what propaganda can be and how it can look. One is going to be defamation. This is broad mischaracterizations of entire groups of people, depriving voices of people with critical opinions, and suppressing art and journalism that is critical. You can hear this a lot in the Palestinian and Israeli situation with words like this being used. Two is going to be black and white storytelling. This is the removing of context in order to present perpetrators as victims, and this is the intentional use of language to manipulate. Think killing of Israeli citizens versus dying Palestinians. Yeah, that's for a reason. Three is going to be catastrophizing. This is creating a feeling of anxiety, fear, hysteria, or conversely, feelings of euphoria, pride, and power. Think post 9/11 euphoria that was used to spark war. And then this is manipulating the emotions to further political propaganda and agendas. Think war and crime and war on drugs. Number four is going to be bandwagoning. This is the appeal to group identity, so people feel increased pressure to conform. This is conflating identity with political movement. Again, another example of this is the no Scotsman fallacy. Think only real Americans support Israel, and anyone who disagrees with Israel is a blank, sometimes called terrorist. Speaking of which, number five is going to be a common tactic, which is ad hominem. This is attacking the character of a person as opposed to the critical argument about the issue. Think how people will bait and switch. That's why I have this bait right here. Compliment my doodle. This is something that occurs commonly in political smear campaigns, and it is aligned with the perfect victim myth, which is better known interpersonally. But I have an example. So what if they've been under occupation illegally for decades? Look at what they did. Hamas. It's so important to understand when people are manipulating you interpersonally to control you and your behavior, but it's also very important to know when governments are doing the same so they can further political movements that oppress and disenfranchise specific groups of people. Knowledge is power, spread it, and use it wisely.